Hi, and welcome to Yeti at Large. This is a channel focused on making the most out of what you have, no matter where you're at. Thanks for tuning in and helping out.
Hi, welcome back to Yeti at Large. Today we were going to do a quick video about being new to YouTubing. At some point in every channel's arc, I'm sure everybody does a video like this to just talk a little bit about how difficult of a learning curve it is to learn how script videos, produce videos, edit videos, sound, how to optimize your channel, and all the other little tricks of the trade that come with producing good quality content for YouTube. Recently finding myself in the job market again in my mid-50s led me to a desire to ensure that I could acquire new skills. Now, I have never been on social media, and I identified YouTube as an opportunity for me to learn several new skills that are way outside of my comfort zone. Being in between jobs and likely careers, I didn't want to spend a lot of money getting involved in this. At my local pawn shop, they had this Nikon B600. This is a very entry-level camera, but for $120, the people at the pawn shop sold me the camera, a cord, spare batteries, and threw in an Amazon Basics tripod. Since I bought the camera, I went ahead and had to buy a wall plug charger. I bought a 128 gig SD card for it, and the wall charger came with another battery. So I have a total of 3 batteries, and they're all the right wattage, amperage, and the 2 batteries I bought actually have a higher watt hours, WH, so they're a little stronger battery. Well, this is my expansive studio where I do my post-production work. I have a very basic entry-level microphone that I borrowed from my much better half. I have a 1 terabyte external hard drive that I store everything on that, so there's some redundancy. I have a very entry-level pair of Stag SHP 5000H headphones. These work great. I've discovered quickly that I cannot do any editing work without a notepad and a ballpoint pen, especially when you're trying to remember where to splice on the video software. This is about the most entry-level laptop. It's an HP laptop, super basic, and that's where the external hard drive comes in handy. I have learned though that the laptop's Achilles heel is its video processing, so I have to make sure that I've cleared out the cache and there's nothing else in there in order to get my video pad by NCH. That's what I'm using for my video editing. I do some audio inside of there, and I do some audio with Audacity, a great entry-level setup on there. And then I have discovered being off of Wi-Fi and actually plugging the computer in is super helpful. I keep my phone handy, I have my power strip, and I will not edit video without chips and salsa. I don't know how anybody does it. Some things that have been super handy, these shop lights, they have a heavy duty magnet on them. They also come with a hook. They have 3 settings, and they recharge pretty quick by LED. These have been a great help for shooting and getting some light where you need it. I think my biggest Achilles heel right now though is I need a lapel mic, and I'm going to go to Amazon here pretty soon and find something, again, very entry level. I don't want to expend any money that I don't absolutely have to. Beyond the camera and tripod that I'm using, I keep everything in a backpack. This is just a run-of-the-mill JanSport that one of my kids had after high school. But I have everything in here, from rulers, batteries, cords, clamps, extensions. I have small lapel cameras. I have room for my laptop and to save all of the different pockets for everything I would need to do production on the road.
This portion of the video was recorded on Audacity, a free software platform, and I'm learning how to sync video and audio utilizing some of their tools. So far, everything I have learned has been through help tutorials and YouTube videos. There's a lot of free education out there for those willing to consume it. I began with a trial version of the NCH Video Pad Editor, free software, but I found it frustrating with the limitations of what I could do to export my videos.
So I spent $48 and I bought their entry-level version. It's been a huge help, and I hope that that pans out. If that changes, I'll be sure to provide an update. So learning how to YouTube, I'm literally in the act of publishing a beef jerky video. My computer is so slow that it takes forever to upload, so I make sure that the RAM and the cache is cleared out and that I close my editing software. One of the interesting things that I did early on, before I really started studying how to optimize your channel, is I tried studying other channels that I saw were on a similar path as me. And I think at one point here, I've subscribed to 250 different channels. And one of the things that I did was comment on every channel I subscribed to, trying to create community and dialogue with people. And I found that while most people are pretty nice and working pretty hard, they just don't have the time. And half the time the stuff that you write kind of gets lost in the sauce, especially talk to text. So I'm going to stick with the fundamentals of content. And I'm going to go through and do a little purge and get my number of channels back down to a manageable level. And I kind of hate doing that, but I have so many right now that I can't keep tabs on anybody. But I'm going to keep Stefan from the French Cooking Academy. That guy's the bomb. So at the point that you have the basic equipment that you need, it really comes down to content. Now, I've looked at a lot of YouTube channels that really help you learn how to optimize your videos, your SEO optimization, and real good guidelines for how to pick your niche and where to go from there. I've seen some channels that have had explosive growth, and I can't understand why, because the content isn't that great. And I've seen great channels with great content that don't have a whole lot of growth. There's a lot to learn, so we're still exploring this, but it sure is a lot of fun to develop learning a new skill. Whoa. Everyone's a critic. You want a cookie? Yeah, let's go get a cookie. My favorite YouTube advice, when they tell you, you got to be yourself, you got to do something that you're really passionate about, but you also got to be tuned into what the trends are and what people want to see. So I guess at the end of the day, really having something that's interesting, that there's a demand for, and that you enjoy doing or producing, that's really where it's at.